Good evening, my viewer, wherever you are tuned in. Yet another time, another chance whereby we are training ourselves issues regarding financial insights. I know there are so many of us who are always there watching and waiting and actually saying that I need to know one or two things about money. I need to know one or two things about business. And we as Reigners Church, we usually don't frustrate that effort because we realize that we require some people that will keep on enjoying the profits that should be enjoyed by any one of us. Now, I must say, begin my opening remarks by reading Proverbs chapter number 14, verse 23. All handwork brings profit. That is what I would begin by saying. Today, I'm yet again joining you so that I can teach you about restoring your business. Restoring your business. As you are aware, there are so many happenings that have come, and so many things have happened, and therefore could be our businesses are down. And that is not the end of the road. The reason is because we can get to a point whereby we are able to restore our business. We can be in a position to restore our business. Now, why do businesses go down? Why do businesses go down? I'll give you a few reasons why businesses go down. One of the reasons why I think businesses go down, it is because of poor management. Every time we have poor management in business, obviously it will go down. Now, when I talk about poor management in business, I am talking about poor planning. If you do not live according to the plans that you draw, or you do not make good plans, or you do not make plans at all, then you are out to fail. Banned organizations, when you do not put resources where they should be, again, that one can cause the business to actually go down. When I talk about bad management, I am talking about where you realize that some of the things that you are supposed to coordinate, they are not coordinated well. you do not coordinate the resources that you have in the business in the best way possible. That is why we say that businesses fail because of poor management. Number two, businesses fail because of pandemics and emergencies like the ones that we have had. Like right now, we have had an emergency that is called COVID-19. And you see, as a result of that emergency, there are some policies that have been made, and such policies, they have made so many businesses to fail. And when such policies come, then it becomes also a problem for the business to continue. Like right now, we were told that businesses should close, and once they close, then there is no revenue, because there is no way we can talk about a business without sales, without turnover. And that is something that also happens when we have such kind of emergencies and such kind of things. Then businesses fail. Businesses fail because of external factors, because of other external factors. One of the external factor being things like the government. The government can be in a position to bring some kind of things, and the businesses fail. They can bring a policy that will cause the business fail. People like perception of the creditors, perception of the debtors, perception of the suppliers, perception of those people that are related to your business. They can also cause the business to actually move down. And that is why we need to know today that the businesses that we operate, they can also get to a point whereby they move down. Now, I keep on asking myself, how can you be in a position to tell that your business is going down or you are actually closing shop? Now, you can be in a position to know that your business is going down if you make losses. Now, every time you continuously make losses, and that simply means the profitability of the farm. It simply means that your expenses are higher than income. Your spending is more than your earning. And therefore, if that one so happens, what it is doing, it is actually diminishing your cash. It is diminishing the cash that you have in the business, and therefore you are moving down and down and down. You know that your business is going down when you are unable to meet some expenses like the fixed cost. Now, the fixed costs are those expenses that you have to pay whether you're in business or not. Some of those fixed costs are things like loans. Some of those fixed costs are things like salaries. Every time you realize that you are unable to pay those fixed expenses, automatically you know that your business is moving down. It is going down. Now, what other thing can really tell that your business is going down? Your business is saying to go down every time you realize that you have no cash float. You realize you do not have cash enough with you. It simply tells you that there is something your liquidity is wanting, and when your liquidity is wanting, then it becomes a problem in your business. You cannot be in a position to continue well in your business. And therefore, what I want you to realize is that when the business is beginning to go down, when you realize those indicators are showing up in your business, then it is the high time that you take over, and you start thinking about how you can be in a position to have your business back. But before I go into how you can be in a position to get your business back, I will also tell you another indicator that looks like it is not an indicator, and that one happens when employees begin having some turnover. Every time you realize that the employees that you are getting, they are looking for other places. They are looking for other places. It is a great indicator. Reason is because it is like they are telling you we do not foresee any future in this particular organization. And therefore, because they do not foresee any future in that particular organization, what happens is that they need to go and look for greener pastures, and that one is a good indicator. Now you realize that a lot of things have been lost due to this pandemic, and that is where we are beginning from. Now so many businesses right now are closed. So many businesses, they do not have any route to stand again. So many businesses, they cannot move an inch from where they are. Now, many have been keeping academies, schools. They are no longer there. They cannot even pay their teachers that they have hired. Many people have kept some electronic shops. There are no trips to China, and therefore, again, there is a problem as far as your stocks are concerned. And therefore, this COVID-19 has brought about an issue whereby we do not have turnover because of the closures. It has brought an issue whereby we are unable to pay our employees, and therefore what we are actually doing is that we are sending them on unpaid leave. So it is happening, and therefore many of them may get acquainted to the norm or may secure a job somewhere else, and they may not actually get to your place again, and therefore you may end up losing even very important and employees that really matter in your business. Again, there is no transportation. There is nothing like transportation. Nothing is moving, nothing is coming, and therefore we are not exporting, we are not importing, we are not taking things in the lockdown areas, and therefore the problem again is that our businesses are affected because the market is diminished and the market is reduced. And therefore, what do we actually do so that we can be in a position to restore our business? And I'll tell you a few things. Specifically, I'll talk about four things that you require to do for you to be in a position to lift up your business and to restore it, even at this particular time when we are in crisis. Now, the first thing that I want you to know and to draw is that you must redraw your business plan. You must redraw your business plan. That simply means you have to define things anew, because there are so many things that has happened, and there are so many things that we never looked at. I know your business plan and some kind of risk that you are looking for, but right now it is like the risks that you said they will affect your business, they actually overtook you, and you are not able actually to know and to see this coming. And therefore you need to draw some other new business plan. New business plan, it is replanning anew regarding your business. Reason is because we have new norms. There is a way people will now behave in the new work plan. In the new businesses that will open, we have the new norms. That simply means could be the if you're getting things from China, there is the new norm now. You might not be going to China the way you thought you should go, or some other countries may put a lot of restrictions and barriers before you are allowed to get into those countries. And therefore you have to actually take into consideration when you are planning the new norms. You need to ask yourself, who are those new customers? Who are those people that are new customers that will assist me actually to be in a position to move on in my business again? Because again, the customers could be the ones that you are wishing for. They could have died because of Corona. Therefore, do you mean that you won't sell again? You have to ask yourself, who are my new customers in this particular thing? You consider new risks that have emerged. There are so many risks that have emerged right now. Like in church, what we are being told is that we cannot worship more than 100 people. It simply means that there is a new order of things that is happening, and there are new risks that are associated with it. You ask yourself, in case that we try to open up the economy and more risk erupt, what will really happen to us? So you redraw your business plan, considering the new norms, considering the new risks, considering the new employees that you might get. You might get very new employees, people that are fearful, people that are demanding COVID allowance. You know, there can come a time when they demand COVID allowance, and you're only used to house allowance and traveling allowance. They may demand something else. They may demand some kind of insurance schemes that are higher than what we are doing. Then it simply means that we have to consider that. You need to consider the new stock. Do you continue keeping the old stock that we have been keeping? You have to consider the new stocks. Reason is because the new stocks also will come with the new arrangement. You consider new assets. Could be there are so many other assets that you had. Like I'm telling you in church that we had 600 chairs. Now, where do we take the 600 chairs? We only require 100 chairs. And therefore, those are new norms that are actually coming, and the assets that you really may require, that you have in the business, may not be necessary for now. Reason is because you have to do it. Now, you also need to understand things like journeys. You need to go to and fro to get your stock every week. There could be restrictions. You have to keep on asking yourself, which other way do I use for me to be in a position to do what I am meant to do? What I have said for you to restore your business, point number one is that you have to redraw your business plan. You have to redraw your business plan. I think I will have to talk about business planning some time later to tell you what needs to be there. The organization of the business, the structure of the business, and such like things, they are very, very important. The finances of the business, that should be the budgets and everything else. It requires to be redone at this particular time. Number two, you need to refinance your business. Now, obviously, you have taken a lot of money, and because you have taken a lot of money, you only require to refinance your business. You need to refinance your business. Now, refinancing your business, it simply means there are some of us that have been having loans in your business, and therefore you have to think about how to go about those loans. You need to keep on asking, how do I go about those loans to pay them? Do I do debt refacing or debt reboarding? That means you get into a point whereby you reface the debt. You get to a point whereby you go to the bank and tell them, please, I want you to lend me some other money at lower interest rate to repay the other one. Now, obviously, such kind of arrangements are very important. Refinance your business right now. Ask yourself, where do you get money to boost your business at that particular time? Reason is because if you do not do that, it will be a problem. Now, what I am saying is that you can be able to refinance your business from several sources. One of the sources is that you can go to the bank and ask for finance. You can go to a financial institution, a SACCO, or a building society, or a bank, or any other, and you ask for some refinancing. That one will give your business an upper hand. It is a very important thing. Number two, what you actually require to do is that you can also get it from relatives and friends. It is the high time now. If it was your business alone, You can tell your relatives, you can tell your friends that, oh, you know what, come into this business, we run it together as a partnership, or you sell them some shares, and therefore they will be in a position to bring money to you. That one is something else that is very, very important. Some of us have had some savings, and this is the time now you utilize the savings that you have. You make sure that all the savings that you have, you are utilizing them, because once you utilize them, then it will be a big thing for you. You utilize your savings, and once you utilize your savings, then you can package your business, and you can cause it to move on. And so many other things that you definitely can do so that you can refinance your business. Once you refinance your business, it will have its 2 feet again. It can be able to rise again. It can be able to stand again. And once it stands again, then you are sure that it will not die amidst this particular crisis. Then number 3, what I would want you to do is that you must realign the management and the structure of your business. You must realign the structure of your business. Now, it simply means that the way your business has been operating, the standard procedures and everything else, you have to restructure those standard procedures. You have to restructure the management policies. You have to restructure the management processes. The reason is because if you do not do that, what will definitely happen is that we will begin behaving the way we were behaving before the emergency. And if we behave the way we were behaving before the emergency, we may not be in a position to capture the new markets. And that is why you need to restructure your business now. You need to ask yourself, which management do I have? Do I require myself as a manager, or do I require to employ a manager now? Do I require management to have A, B, and C? What is the structure, the organizational structure of my business? You need also to keep on asking yourself that if you are now in realigning the management the structure, then what are the normal standard procedures and the standards that you have for handling a client? If a client comes, how do you handle him? All those are the ones that I am calling structures. We have to have a standard way of doing things. Once we have a standard way of doing things, then it can be good for you. You have to change the structure so that it can be in a position to adapt to the new norm. And once you have that structure adapting to the new norm, then it will be a great thing for you. Now, then number 4, what I want to talk about is that you need to have you need to realign your human resource. You need to realign your human resource. Now, right now, people, we have noticed something, that you do not require all the stuff that you've been having in your organization. Why? Sometimes people are overemployed. We have bloated workforce. We have realized we may not really be wanting the office space that we are having in our places. The reason is because we can work from our homes. We only require internet and such like things. And therefore, what you do is that you have to ask yourself, how many number of staff do I want? How do I pay them? Do I pay them using piece rate method, depending on the work they have done? Do I pay them per month, or how do I pay them? You require to structure and to ask yourself more about your human resource. A reason is because human resources are very, very important in your organization. Human resource is key. And the reason why many organizations fail, it is because of human resource. I usually compare human resource and financial resources equally. Now, many people actually think about financial resources. They think about finance office, but they do not think about human resource office. But those two things, they are equally important. Reason is because when you have human human resource, then all other resources can be in a position to be put to task. They can be in a position to be put to work. And that is why we require human resource better than any other resource. Very, very important. And I know by so doing, then we will be in a position to realize our business is being restored in a better way. Now, notice that you might not need all those human resources. Now, in Kenya, according to our constitution, the government says that the workforce, the wages should not be above 35%. It should not be above 35%. Why not organizations? Wage rate should not be very high. You are supposed to get your total turnover. You are supposed to get your wages. And you ask yourself, if I am paying 100,000, if I am paying 100,000, or if I am earning 100,000, am I paying that 5,000 as wages? If you are paying more than that, then it simply means that you are above board according to our government. I know there are so many other ways in which we can be in a position to learn all that. I have talked about 4 things. I have said how to restructure your human, you redraw your business plan, you refinance your business, you realign your management structure, and you realign also your human resource. Now, I can see there are several people that are watching me, and I take cognizance of you, Mother. Thank you so much because of being there. Thank you, Sharon, Rose, because of being there. I really appreciate you. Thank you, Lydia Daimuta. Thank you so much because of being there. Amibes, asante sana because of being there. And so many people that are actually watching us. If you have any question, you can actually ask. Now, Martin Moshangi, you are also watching. Jason Ireri, thank you so much. You are saying I'm following. Frederick Mulubi, you are asking a question. You are asking this question: what causes businesses? Oh, this is a summary of what we have talked about. You have said what causes businesses to fail. It is mismanagement. It is pandemics like the current corona, and business policies, and continuous making of losses and operations of the business. Now, you are also saying government policies, how to know your business is going down, indicators when you're making losses, when you're unable to pay fixed expenses, when there is no cash with you, when there is the turnover of employees. Now, man of God, thank you so much because of summarizing that. I really appreciate God for you. Gideon Boito, asante sana. You're saying I'm following, and this is being a big mind, sir. Thank you so much, man of God, because of also following us. We really appreciate. Now, that one is the other side of me, the other side of pastor. That is what I do for a living. Now, thank you, Muridi Alfo, because of joining us. I really appreciate. Langata Amon, you are saying I'm learning a lot, Daddy. We appreciate you for always equipping us. God's grace to you and your household. Asante sana, asante sana. Today we have been really talking about restoring our businesses, and we have said the causes why businesses fail. We have said the indicators that show your business is going down, and we have talked about how you can be in a position to restore your business amid this crisis. And we have said number 1 is redrawing your business plan. Number 2, refinancing your business. Number 3, realigning your business structures. And number 4, also realigning your human resource. Ask yourself which skills do you need now. You might not be needing all the skills. There are some that you can outsource. There are some that you really need. Otherwise, thank you so much because of being together with us. We really appreciate God for you. Thank you because of being good. And thank you because of always joining me every Sunday at 4 so that we can be in a position to learn about business. God bless you and see you next Sunday. In case you have a question, you can just ask the question and we'll be in a position to answer you even remotely. God bless.